We're continuing this season of gathering, and today I want to talk about long beans. Man, I've got a garden, small space, and so I need to maximize that space and produce as much as I can. I'm not a great gardener, I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't like weeding. I don't like spending time. I like hanging out in the garden and enjoying it, but not a lot of time. This is Richard with the Hunter-Gatherer Society, and as we move through this season of gathering, these are such a wonderful addition. Look at the size of this bean. I just started picking. Look at that. Those are huge. I've got 4 or 5 fence lines that are in this very small garden area. And I've been eating these now for a couple months, and they just continuously produce. And so, I'll take these in and I'll sort them by size. So small ones I'll put together and I'll vacuum seal them, put them in the freezer. These great big ones I'll cut up into chunks, and then we use them in stir fries. I used it in a breakfast scramble this morning. I cut up real small jalapenos, potatoes, tomatoes, little zucchini, egg, a little bacon in there, for flavor, a little oil, of course, It's fantastic, right? So I've got some that are frozen. I'll have some, that we'll eat through the week. They're just a wonderful addition. I've got a couple different varieties. These are Scarlet Runners. I've also got a Kentucky pole bean, which, of course, just broke on me. Let's see, here's one. These are a beautiful bean. I don't know if you can see that. They're gorgeous. They don't produce as large of beans, but they're more like a bush bean in their texture and flavor, and they're very pretty. I also do have underneath some of them, I do have bush beans. They're done producing now as we move through October, but the Scarlet Runners, I do see actually 1 or 2 flowers still on them, and so they're still producing beans, and there's a lot of small ones on here, so I'll get a lot more. So you can see the flower over there. I've got that row, and you can see the beans hanging on that. They're just massive. I've got this row that we were just looking at. I've got another batch over there, another batch along that fence there, and there's a few along that. So when we think of this small space, we think about gathering, right? I talked a little bit about gathering from friends who have an overabundance. Sometimes things work. Like I've got squash plants that never produced. The potatoes did well. I've got carrots that are mini carrots at best, and the bush beans did pretty good, but these runner beans always produce. You can put them along a house, you can put them along a garden area. That just as long as they got something to climb, they're happy as a lark. So when you combine that with peas, which I did earlier, and I'm going to put another batch of peas in this fall, those 2 plants will produce so much food. So Richard with the Hunter-Gatherer Society, I got to get back to gathering, and next time I see you, hopefully I'm out in the woods doing something wild.